Hey everyone, welcome back to FluentCast. I'm your host Diego, and today we are diving into a grammar topic that often confuses English learners, the present perfect tense. So, whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your skills, this episode is for you. Let's get into it. First off, what is the present perfect tense? Well, it's a tense used to talk about actions or events that have a connection to the present. It's formed using the auxiliary verb have or has plus the past participle, that third column of a verb conjugation. So it's using have or has plus the past participle of the main verb. For example, I have seen that movie, or she has visited Paris. The present perfect is really useful because it allows us to talk about experience without specifying when they happen. So, if I say, I have been to New York, I'm not telling you when I went, just that I've had the experience of going there at some point in my life. Alright, let's break it down with some examples. Imagine you were talking to a friend about books you've read. You could say, I have read 1984 by George Orwell. This doesn't specify when you read it, just that at that point you have. Here are a few more examples. She has finished her homework. This tells us the homework is done and completed at some point up to now. Another example. They have lived in Brazil for 5 years. This indicates they started living in Brazil 5 years ago and are still living now. A common question is, when should you use the present perfect tense instead of the simple past? Well, use the present perfect when the specific time of the action is not important or when the action has a relevance to the present moment. For example, I've lost my keys. Here, the focus is on the fact that you currently can't find your keys, not when you lost them. Let's dive into some key phrases often used with the present perfect tense. This includes words like ever, never, already, yet, just, and so far. These words help convey the connection between the past action and the present moment. For example, have you been to Tokyo? This asks about the experience of going to Tokyo at any time in the past. I've never tried sushi. This emphasizes that up to now, you haven't had the experience of trying sushi. She has already finished her dinner. This suggests that the dinner is completed before now, possibly earlier than expected. Let's talk about some common mistakes. One big mistake is using the present perfect with specific time expressions. Words like yesterday, last year, or, for example, in 2010. You should use the simple past for those. For instance, you wouldn't say, I have visited Paris in 2015. Instead, I say, I visited Paris in 2015. Another mistake is forgetting to use has or have, the auxiliary verbs. Remember, has is used with the third person singular subjects, he, she, it, and have is used with I, you, we, and they. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick quiz to test your understanding. So, I'm gonna give you a sentence and you decide if it's correct or incorrect to use the present perfect tense. So, here we go. Sentence number 1. I have visited France last year. What do you think? You can pause here the podcast to give a quick think and then play again. Alright, so in this sentence, I have visited France last year. It's incorrect. It should be I visited France last year. No need to use the present perfect because I mentioned the time. Here we go, another example. She has already eaten breakfast. What do you think? Is it a right sentence or incorrect? So, in this one, it's correct. She has already eaten breakfast means that she ate her breakfast at some point not clear in the past. So, if you got both sentences in the correct way, great job! Understanding the present perfect tense takes practice, but it's a valuable tool for expressing experience and actions that have relevance to the present. So, if you have any questions or need more examples, feel free to reach out to us on social media or through our website. We are always here to help you in your language learning journey. Thanks for tuning in to FluentCast. Keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, language learning is a journey, not a destination. Take care and see you in the next episode.
This episode was brought to you by Fluent English Academy, where learning English is fun and interactive. If you want to take your English skills to the next level, join us for personalized classes and lively conversation sessions with our expert teachers. Visit www.fluentenglishacademy.com.br and start your journey today. Don't just learn English, live it with Fluent English Academy.